Hello, lovely sober army. How are you? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com, the website that has helped hundreds of thousands of people to quit drinking and stay quit without any willpower, without any embarrassing group meetings, without any dangerous prescription medication, without any silly gimmicks. And the way the course works is it's about a reframing of your programming around this drug. Now, that sounds like new age nonsense, doesn't it? But look, chances are you don't wander around forcing yourself not to inject heroin every day. All right, some people do, but most people don't. Why? Because your programming around this drug is perfectly aligned. You understand it's dangerous, you understand it's going to destroy your life, and so you just don't go there. Unfortunately, alcohol has managed to get into your brain in a corrupted way, and you have an erroneous program running. That's all it is. You simply look at alcohol in the wrong way, and you look at heroin in the right way. The course helps you address this problem. Now, today, we are going to dig into a subject inspired by Hunter S. Thompson's quote, "Buy the ticket, take the ride." My friend Mark is always quoting Hunter S. Thompson, and I thought of it when I got this email from Beck this morning. Now, in the interests of being open and honest, you will be watching this several weeks on from when I'm recording it. It is now Monday, the 20th of January. I'm recording this and I'm going to play it out on the Happy Sober podcast later because I want it to go to the person who emailed me first. I want them to see it first. All right. So the reason I'm telling you that will become apparent later. All right. So Beck is a member of my online quit drinking coaching program, and she's got a problem. So let's fire up her email. It was quite a long email. It was like several A4 sides, but I've just kind of picked out the little salient bit that I want to talk about today. So here's Beck's email. I'm having good and bad days with your program. I'm trying hard, but unfortunately I've not gotten longer than 3 days to date. I'm back on day 1 and I'm feeling mixed emotions as to why I keep failing. I feel so much better when there is no alcohol in my system. Sleep isn't perfect, but I feel better than sleep induced by alcohol. Any advice from yourself would be welcome. I only joined on the 13th of January. It's the 20th of January now. All right. Beck, this is really, really simple. Buying the medicine is not the cure. All right? That's really important. If you get some sort of infection in your body and you go to the pharmacist and he gives you some antibiotics, if you don't take the tablets, nothing happens. And the same is true of this course. Okay? It is not a case of you invest in the course and then some miracle happens and you stop drinking. That is not what happens here. All right. It is a process. And sometimes people complain when they start the program that they can't just do it all immediately. They can't binge watch it like you would do with a box set on Netflix. They get in there and they see that day 1 is available to go through. And all the other days say coming soon. And sometimes I get angry emails from people saying, "Oh, I've paid for the course. I want all of it. I want all of it now." And I say to them, you have to understand and trust me on this. I've been doing this a long time. The course works much better if you take it day by day. All right. And the reason for that is it gives your subconscious mind a chance to process the message. It's not so much what you hear and see in the videos that you're watching in the course. It's what happens in your subconscious mind when you go to sleep at night and your brain tries to make sense or apply order to the chaos of what I've told you. Because it is chaos. You know, your programming is that alcohol is a benefit. Alcohol helps you relax. Alcohol helps you socialize. Alcohol gives you this. Alcohol gives you that. And then some weird British guy comes along and tells you that's not true. In fact, it's completely the opposite. So now I've introduced a load of chaos into your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind cannot allow it. It cannot allow chaos. It has to file and put things in the correct place. It has to make sense of the chaos. So this is why the course is what you call an evergreen course, as in it's not all at once, it's drip fed to you day by day. So what I know from your email is you're probably less than 30% of the way through the course. So this email that you've sent me is exactly the same as going to the pharmacist with your prescription, taking the 30-day course of tablets for 2 days, 3 days, and going back to the pharmacist and saying, these tablets don't work. That's what you're doing right here, okay? Buying the course is not enough. What we're looking for here during the course or at some point after is a penny drop moment. It's a moment of clarity where you go, okay, I get it now. I don't just understand it, I feel it now. That's what I'm looking for, all right? And a lot of people get it the first time they see the course. Some people even get it just reading the book. They don't even need to do the course. But most people will need to go through the course a few times. Why? Because repetition is the mother of learning. And if you do the course once, you're going to remember about, let's be generous, 60% of it. All right. If you do the course twice, maybe you remember 65, 70% of it. If you do the course 10 times, maybe you remember all of it or somewhere near that. All right. But this is a process and it's a journey, and there is no light switch that can be flicked that takes you from problem drinker to sober. You didn't get into this situation overnight. In fact, it probably took decades. Yeah. So to expect to be able to get out of this within days is unrealistic. You're almost setting yourself up to fail. And that's an important point, because a lot of people buy the course and never even start it. They can defend their drinking a little bit by saying, well, I bought that course and I'm still drinking. So I made the effort, didn't I? It's not my fault. Course doesn't work. A lot of people will use this as an excuse to carry on. So I'm really pleased you emailed me, because a lot of people do what you do. They start the course and they're still drinking after 3 days, and they think, well, that's garbage then. Well, I tried, didn't I? And they tell all their friends who are worried about them, well, I tried, I spent money on this course, just didn't work for me. And they got the perfect outcome. They got a little bit of plausible deniability. They could look the people who are worried about them in the eye and say, well, I tried, I made an effort, but what a shame. I'm going to have to carry on drinking. So they get the lazy outcome on that. So I'm really pleased you emailed me. Look, it doesn't matter if you're still drinking while you're doing the course. The only thing I say to you is, when you're actually doing the course material, when you're watching the videos and doing the exercise and all that sort of stuff, be sober at that point. Otherwise, it's pointless. You won't remember any of it. All right. But if you're still considering yourself a drinker on day 4, day 5, day 6, it's fine. It's fine. You haven't received the message. Your brain hasn't worked with it. You haven't had time to think about what I'm saying to you. All right. I mean, let's say you're day 3 on this course, I've not even asked you what you want to do yet. Day 4, I'm going to ask you a question. Beck, on day 4, I'm going to say to you, what do you want to do? Do you want to stop drinking? Do you want to cut back? Or do you want to carry on? I'm going to give you 3 options. All right. So look, stop beating yourself up. This is, I know you're scared. I know you're worried that this won't work for you, but if you want to reassure yourself, go to Trustpilot. There are thousands and thousands of people who are willing to put their name to a very stigma-attached problem and say that this course has absolutely changed their lives. So the course works, Beck, all right? You just have to have a bit of faith here. You just need to let go of control and go, maybe it just might work, all right? Do the course every day. Do the exercises in full. Don't skip anything. All right? Because I know if you give this 100%, you'll quit drinking. 100%. That means you do everything I tell you to do, even the stuff you don't want to do. You'll quit drinking. If you do 99% of what I tell you, I don't know. I have no idea. Probably not. Because that's how important it is that you attack this drug with all of the weapons in the arsenal. Remember, this drug has got such a strong hold on you because it lives inside you. The evil clown lives inside your head. It understands what your biggest fears are. It understands what you're excited by, what you love, what you're passionate about, what you don't like, what you're afraid of. And it uses all of this information to manipulate you into drinking. So this is civil war, okay? And unless we use every single weapon in the arsenal, we're not going to win. But if you give it everything, 100% passion and commitment, and you're determined, you will stop drinking. You're going to be fine. Okay? You've dealt with much more difficult things in your life than this. I promise you, it's not as hard as you think. It's not as scary as you think. And a life without alcohol is infinitely better than you currently think. Just stick with it. You're going to be fine. Okay? If you have any questions, email me, craig@craigbeck.com. You can get in touch with me via the website, stopdrinkingexpert.com. And if you're worried about your drinking, don't sit on the fence. Take action. Go there now, stopdrinkingexpert.com. Sign up for the webinar, and I'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a free gift just for turning up.